Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ernest Petrus, along with my colleague.
My name is Gaby Saptanisari.
We're from the English Language Education Department. Today we will analyze the SMA Negeri 72 Jakarta case with the title When School Failed to Be Safe Spaces.
On November 7, 2025, SMA Negeri 72 Jakarta became the site of an explosion that injures 90 people. Shockingly, the perpetrator was a 70-year-old student from that school. This case demonstrates systemic failure in protecting students.
We will analyze the context that enabled this tragedy to occur and provide recommendation to prevent it in the future.
Description on the context.
Let's identify the context of this case. The first, physical context. SMA Negeri 72 did not have early detection systems such as metal detector or adequate CCTV, allowing the perpetrator to bring explosive material without detection.
The second, from social context, the perpetrator was a withdrawn student who rarely socialized and allegedly a victim of bullying. He felt he has no one to share his grievances with, either in his family or at school.
The third, psychological context. The perpetrator experienced accumulate emotional pressure, hurt feeling, anger, and a desire for revenge. There was no adequate psychological support system at the school.
And the fourth, family context. The perpetrator came from a broken home. His family was divorced. He did not receive sufficient emotional support, and his family failed to protect him from harmful internet content.
And the last, digital context. The perpetrator frequently visits the dark web with extreme violent content. In his room, toy weapons were found with the name of foreign terrorism perpetrator written on them.
Depth of analysis.
Let's analyze this more deeply. According to Abby Wiyanta from UGM, this was not an organized terrorist act, but rather a personal reaction to environmental violence. Wiyanta states, this child is a victim who grew up in an ecosystem that reproduces violence.
There are three systemic failures that cause this strategy. The first, family failure. The broken home caused the perpetrator to lose his support system. The family failed to meet his emotional need and failed to protect him from harm from internet exposure.
Second, school failure. This is the most crucial one. The school was trapped in market competition, focusing on achievement, not student mental well-being. The anti-bullying system was ineffective, even though the perpetrator reported it. There was no professional counselor and no early warning system.
And the last, state failure. The state has not maximally protected children from harm from digital exposure. There are no strict regulations to prevent access to the dark web or extreme violent content.
And the impact of this strategy, 96 victims suffer physically injuries and psychologically trauma. The school community lost its sense of safety. The credibility of the national education system was questioned. Most importantly, violence does not emerge from a vacuum. It is the result of accumulated pressure, bullying, exposure to violent content, and the absence of a support system.
Theory integration.
Let's connect with this contextual theory. The first, Brunfer-Berner ecological system theory explains that child development is influenced by various environmental systems. The first, microsystem, bullying and direct interaction. The second, macrosystem, disconnect between family and school. And the third, ecosystem, weak school policies. And the last, macrosystem, culture that consider mental health taboo.
Right. And from the contextual teaching and learning, or CTL, it emphasizes that effective learning only occurs in a safe context. When a context is toxic, there is bullying and no support system. learning is disrupted and can even result in tragedy.
And the third, social support theory, said that social support is crucial for mental well-being. The perpetrator loses all support system, broken home family, no close friend, and school had no counselor. All these theories show that context strongly determine behavior. The perpetrator is a product of an ecosystem that failed to protect him.
Critical reflection.
So what have we learned? First, schools are not just places for academic learning. School must be safe spaces where students feel physically, emotionally, and psychologically secure. And the second, this is not an individual problem, but a systemic failure. The perpetrator is a victim of an ecosystem that reproduces violence.
And the third, digital technology is a double-edged sword. We cannot close our eyes to the content children consume. And the last, mental health is not a luxury but a necessity. Ignoring it can lead to tragedy.
Recommendation.
We have several concrete recommendations for the families, parenting support program, especially for broken home families, and then digital parenting. So parents must accompany children in using the internet. For school, first, mandatory professionals counselors in every school. And the second, early warning system to detect at-risk students. And the third, effective anti-bullying programs with self-reporting systems. And the last, mental health curriculum as a mandatory subject.
For the state, the first, strict digital regulation like blocking access to the dark web and violent content, and then mandatory periodic mental health screening for students, and the last, special budget allocation for mental health program in school. SMA Negeri 72 is currently focusing on trauma healing with psychological counseling. This must be a priority, restore victim mental health before returning to normal routines.
The SMA Negeri 72 tragedy is a wake-up call. School must return to being safe spaces where every child can learn and develop without fear.
Collaboration is needed among family, school, community, and the state to protect every child. Let's create an educational ecosystem that reproduces a compassion, not violence.
Thank you for watching our video.
And see you again